Shepard. Enter the password and receive a free gift. Got problems with collectors? Try Kasumi's credit services. Commander Shepard, we have the finest companions waiting for you. Perhaps something petite, smart, and Japanese would be your style.
Can I help you, sir?
It's been a couple of years since I passed through here. Security seems to have tightened a bit.
After the Geth attack, there was a review of security protocol. A few minor changes were made to reduce the risk of Geth infiltration. We apologize for the inconvenience.
You'd think a Geth would stand out.
Assumptions are dangerous. Be alert, be safe.
Thanks for your time.
Next.
Just enter your password for a fabulous prize package worth millions of credits. Okay, really? How many times can you walk by without stopping?
Figured they say something about our weapons.
Shut it down. Commander Shepard, sorry. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
I'm getting that everywhere. It's a pain in the ass. Who do I talk to about it?
We need to get that cleared up for you. Officially, sir, only CSEC are allowed to have weapons on the Citadel now.
Don't tell me you're gonna take my guns. The people at Novaria tried that once. Didn't work.
Oh, don't worry. We got word from the CSEC Executor's office that you should be allowed to keep your weapons.
That's surprising. Executor Palin didn't seem to like me last time I was here.
Pal? He was killed by Geth in the Battle of the Citadel. CSEC's current commander is Desian Chelik. He said you tend to find trouble and you need to be armed.
He sounds observant.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you everything just because you ask.
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
You're not worried I'm some imposter claiming to be me?
We have the best screening equipment in the galaxy. Those scanners can sample DNA from skin flakes. Hell, if you have unregistered gene mods, they can even figure those out.
Don't change it. Anonymity is useful on my current mission.
Sure, you're a goddamn hero. It's not like we have to worry about you smuggling guns in or something. I just put a block in the system. Officially, you still don't exist. And you won't get hassled by the security checkpoints. You should head up to the Presidium, though. The Council would probably like to know that one of their lost specters is still kicking.
What's the easiest way to get to the Presidium from down here?
Head back through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
They didn't make much effort to confirm my death. I'll make about as much effort to tell them I'm alive.
Fair enough. But if you have any friends in the Presidium Tower, they might want to know you're all right. I heard you and Counselor Anderson used to be pretty tight. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
Last time I was here, there were no human captains in CSEC.
The CSEC took a lot of casualties when the Geth boarded the Presidium. The Special Response Division was hard hit. They stopped turning their noses up at human resumes. They needed bodies in uniform, and we had the most experienced bodies.
I overheard your conversation. Make him scream a little?
This isn't a Presidium. All they have to worry about are protesters outside their free speech zones or someone's poodle crapping on the grass.
Down here, we have drugs, organized crime, and murder. Policing a ward is like policing New York City. Sometimes you have to work outside the Council's rulebook.
It looks like most of the damage from Sovereign's attack has been repaired.
The Presidium was pretty shot up. Of course, they fixed that first. All the wards got hit with debris when the ship exploded. Most of the damage was superficial, and the Keepers got things restored fast. Tasery Ward got the worst. A big chunk hit near the Dillanaga concert hall. They're still clearing wreckage and trying to get power restored.
I need to talk to the Council. How can I get to the Presidium from here?
Head through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
Tell me about this place.
All the wards are more or less multicultural, but the other four are dominated by Asari, Turians, or Solarians. In Zakira, we've got major enclaves of Volus, Elcor, and Hanar. There's also a human commercial zone at Shinakiba. We've got a few Krogan walking around, and I think I saw a quarrying the other day.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
Welcome back, Shepard. It has been 2 years, 3 months, and 17 days since the Citadel last welcomed you. This is the Zakera Ward Transportation Hub. Public shuttles and shopping are available through the CSEC security cordon. The Alliance Embassy has issued a travel advisory for human visitors to the Citadel. Would you like to hear it now?
Let me hear the travel advisory.
Due to recent adjustments to the Council, humans may find aliens on the Citadel less friendly than usual. Alliance citizens are advised to limit their time in non-human sectors. Group travel is strongly recommended. If you feel you are being followed or threatened, talk to any nearby CSEC officer, or contact the Embassy through the station network.
That makes it sound like there are anti-human race riots going on.
There have been 26 incidents of large-scale civil disorder aboard the Citadel in the past 2 years. Many non-human residents disagree with the Alliance-led restructuring of the Council and wish a return to the status quo.
That explains the tension on the station. Is the Alliance doing anything to calm the population?
Any further information has been deemed inflammatory by the Office of Information Management. Be advised that your inquiry has been forwarded to Citadel Security. If approached by uniformed officers, please cooperate fully.
It looks like this place has recovered from Sovereign's attack.
Repair of the damage from the Geth attack is ongoing. There is still extensive damage on Taycery Ward.
Geth? It was Sovereign who led the attack. A Reaper.
I have no information on a Reaper. References to the term exist in some para-historical theories on galactic extinction cycles.
They've suppressed information about the Reapers. Far easier to blame the Geth, a known enemy.
There seem to be a lot more CSEC officers than the last time I was here.
In the wake of the Geth attack 2 years ago, additional security precautions were implemented for the safety and security of residents. In addition to increased CSEC patrols, weapon carry restrictions have been tightened.
Sounds like a police state to me.
The result is improved safety for all residents. Be advised that your statement has been forwarded to Citadel Security. If you are approached by uniformed officers, please cooperate fully.
I need to talk to the Council. How can I reach the Presidium from here?
Public transit shuttles are available on the far side of the CSEC security cordon.
What stores are available on this level?
Only one store exists on this level. Citadel Souvenirs offers licensed mementos of your visit. Their line of starship models is well regarded.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
I hear this is the best place for food on Zakera Ward.
You heard wrong. This is the best place for food on the whole damn Citadel.
Fine, fine. I just need to pick up some spices. Aminodextrous and aminosinister if you have it.
You don't mix your spice chirality. What cooking school did you say you went to?
I don't go to cooking school. I just want something tasty to put on a steak.
Why don't you just go to Fish Dog Food Factory? It's on level 23. Ask for their tummy-tingling tachanka sauce.
on, please. You have to help me. I need to make something nice. It's for a date.
Fine. Sorry, honey marinade. Made at an Ardat Yakshi monastery by sad, tortured blue souls. Too sweet for a real connoisseur, but anyone willing to date you will probably be impressed.
Hey, thanks.
Shepard, are you looking to continue your education? It's one thing to know how to shoot a gun, but do you have the career skills to deploy and manage today's high-tech network infrastructures? The Henley Technical Institute can help. Courses available through our extranet site will put you on the path to success. Visit our site now at keywords Henley Technical Education.
Shepard, it's been 2 years since you had a job. Isn't it time you rectified that? Exciting opportunities await Alliance citizens like you on the Outworld colonies. Third stage colonists are being recruited for ExoGeni Corporation's Pharaoh's facility. Visit your local colonial administration office to sign up today.
It seems like you're always on the run, Shepard. If you're not going off the nav beacons to visit the Quarian migrant fleet, you're exploring the dangerous wreckage on Corliss. But when was the last time you stopped to eat? Why not pick up a stick of Burgot? Enjoy Batarian culture on the go in this traditional traveler's meal. Burgot, the underbone meat. Burgot is composed of lipoproteins and is not suitable for consumption by Turians or Quarians. The Burgot Export Company assumes no liability for allergic reactions or intestinal parasites in non-Batarians.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But Saren won't stop there. His Geth aren't going to stay on the fringes of Citadel space.
Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council!
The Citadel's closing! They're sealing the station!
Is surrender not preferable to extinction? All Alliance ships wait for a shot at the Geth flagship. Nothing else matters.
This fall, humanity takes its place among the stars. Citadel, a film by Risa Uverson, presented by Originai Films.
Shepard, are you looking for a good time? Drinks from 100 worlds? Games? Perhaps a little companionship? The Dark Star. One level up. I'll see you there.
Shepard, are you looking to continue your education? It's one thing to know how to shoot a gun, but do you have the managerial and actuarial skills required?
I heard that those lakes up on the Presidium are filled with fish.
No, they're not.
You ever been up there?
No. CSEC won't let me. They say I'm a risk.
They think every Krogan is dangerous.
Damn Turians. We should kill them all.
Good day, my friends. Welcome to the Citadel.
You know, for a bunch of cheap touristy crap, your prices are pretty high.
I am sorry you feel that way. There are many stores on the Citadel. Perhaps another would be more in your price range.
So, you're saying I'm poor? Just because I'm not as well off as you doesn't mean you can hold yourself above me.
What? No,
Hey, everyone! This store discriminates against the poor.
Please, calm down. As an apology, I'll let you have my station employee discount. Is that acceptable?
Well, alright. But you still hurt my feelings.
Please, enjoy your shopping experience.
So do you want to get one of the fish, or maybe a model ship?
How is a model ship supposed to remind me of the Citadel?
It's festive, and you like ships.
I'm an engineer, you know. I look at ships all day.
the Destiny Ascension, planning for the fleet of the new Allied Citadel Defense Unit have reached another impasse. The Asari Republics has ceded its share of defense responsibility to the Turian hierarchy. The Human Alliance maintains a majority share of forces. A source reports that the attack on the human colony of Freedom's Progress is being investigated as a possible terrorist attack by dissidents from former Council races. While no formal statement has been issued, the Council has made formal information requests of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. Alliance military officials are having difficulty meeting hiring quotas, according to a new report. Since Eden Prime, an initial surge in patriotic enlistments was followed by a downturn, as the public became skeptical that the Alliance can match Geth technology. The colony of Mindoir has won the right to use Commander Shepard's likeness on its colonial seal. The commander's family was killed in a slaver attack, but Shepard has maintained ties to the colony. An independent inquiry has dismissed claims by one Corporal Toombs about a shadowy organization known as Serrice. A disturbed Toombs says Serrice held him prisoner for years, but investigators found insufficient evidence to validate his story. The wreckage of the freighter Tur Alan was found on an uncolonized planet in the Dranik system. Salvage teams reported no survivors. Tensions between non-biotic and biotic humans are growing. A new poll shows that 40% of non-biotic humans support mandatory registration of all humans with biotic ability. Biotic extremists are growing in number as well. Criminal biotic attacks have increased, and a former Alliance Major Kyle even attempted to start an all-biotic colony. The Turian hierarchy has announced that it will not limit its dreadnought production to previous totals. Citing an increased need for security in the wake of the deaths of previous council members, the Turian military intends to increase defense production. Representatives of the new human-led council had no comment. Salvage operations on the Salahil system have been cleared. Operations had previously been halted after Geth activity in the area. Certa Foundation is likely to close by the end of this fiscal year. The Foundation never recovered from a deadly attack by biotic extremists on one of its medical centers 2 years ago. A quiet candlelight vigil is planned for hostages who died during the Batarian attack on Terra Nova. Reverend Michael Bowman, whose daughter Kate died in the fighting, is holding a non-denominational prayer service on the anniversary of the attack. Protesters have again attempted to extinguish the Shepard Memorial flame on Torfin. Authorities issued warnings, but Admiral Hackett asked that no arrests be made. Investigators on Noveria have uncovered troubling data from the wreckage of Peak 15. Researchers there may have been cloning Rachni genetic material. Fortunately, according to council representatives, the experiment produced no living Rachni. Sources say that the Asari Shaira, more commonly known as the Consort, may be leaving the Citadel after years of bad press and rumors of intelligence leaks. Commander Shepard. He uncovered Saren's plan, defeated the Geth army, and died in the final days of the fight. Or did he? Witnesses report seeing him alive on Omega. 2 years after a Geth attack nearly destroyed it, the colony of Zoo's Hope has announced plans for an expansion. The Kanan Alenko Memorial Scholarship has begun sending gifted human biotics to the Ascension Project for care and training. Alenko, a graduate of the controversial Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training Project, sacrificed his life to help stop Saren on Vermeer. Planets in the Nubian expanse have been experiencing drastic and sudden climate changes. While initial reports suggest this could be caused by a Batarian orbital mirror system, no such technology is currently located in this area. The planet Canalis in the Dorada system recently underwent rapid climate change. Then, just as rapidly, the changes reversed. A research team is investigating the strange events. Later today, we interview Counselor Anderson. The tireless former soldier has put down his guns to build bridges with numerous trade treaties. Tune in and find out what the man behind Commander Shepard's rise to fame thinks is the greatest threat to intergalactic stability. 2 years since the destruction of the Destiny Ascension, planning for the fleet of the new Allied Citadel Defense Unit have reached another impasse. The Asari Republics has ceded its share of defense responsibility to the Turian hierarchy. The Human Alliance maintains a majority share of forces. A source reports that the attack on the human colony of Freedom's Progress is being investigated as a possible terrorist attack by dissidents from former Council races. While no formal statement has been issued, the Council has made formal information requests of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. Alliance military officials are having difficulty meeting hiring quotas, according to a new report. Since Eden Prime, an initial surge in patriotic enlistments was followed by a downturn, as the public became skeptical that the Alliance can match Geth technology. The colony of Mindoir has won the right to use Commander Shepard's likeness on its colonial seal. The commander's family was killed in a slaver attack, but Shepard has maintained ties to the colony.
Greetings, Earth Clan. You will find many excellent ships for sale here. Only slightly used, yes.
Welcome. The Zakera Ward Marketplace provides shopping and storage space for the less privileged residents of the station.
This area looks a little run down. I take it the people here aren't very well off?
Inhabitants of the wards typically have less income than those in the Presidium.
And here I thought the Citadel was some sort of utopia.
The recorded histories of all sapient species suggest that in every society, resources are not evenly split between members.
There must be some way to solve the problem.
Asari futurists believe poverty cannot be eliminated without cornucopia technology, which will create anything the user desires. Such technology is unknown outside of science fiction literature.
Why are there warehouses in the middle of a shopping district?
This area is close to Zakera Ward's keel docking station. Freighters attach there to load passengers and supplies. Goods are stored locally until they can be distributed within the ward or transported off the station. However, CSEC recommends that visitors exercise caution, as these short-term warehouses are often used to move illegal goods.
What sort of things are sold here?
The Certa Foundation, a medical technology group from the Alliance, has an outlet store. Saranus Applications offers professional software.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avina. Have a pleasant day.
An independent inquiry has dismissed claims by one Corporal Toombs about a shadowy organization known as Serrice.
Welcome to Saranus Applications. Can I address you? Ah, Shepard!
Do I know you?
No, but I know you. Even a senile Hanar would remember the human who fought off the Geth. I thought you were dead.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot.
Please, look around the store. It's a pleasure to have you here.
You know, I'm on a very important mission right now.
I don't doubt it. The savior of the Citadel would get nothing less.
The problem is the damn bureaucrats. They won't get me the latest astrographic data. You can't save the galaxy with star charts from 2183, right?
2183? Why don't they just give you a slide rule and ask you to eyeball it?
Exactly. That's why I need a reliable supplier who can sell me updates at wholesale.
Wholesale? Of course, Shepard. Anything I can do to bring the fight to the Geth. You've got it.
We can use this.
Shepard, we know times are tough. Station records show that you made only 0 credits last year. If you need something to get you to your next paycheck on error, date not found, Let Cause Pawn and Payday Loan can help. We offer you credit on the spot for personal and home electronic devices, precious metals and jewels, genetic assay data, and virtual intelligences. No credit check, no questions asked. All we need is your citizenship ID. Come down today.
This is a public notice that Citadel Security will hold an auction of confiscated property in this ward on Earth date, August 4th, 2185 at 0830 Zulu time. Items to be sold include jewelry, personal electronics, private starships, cargo and sport-related personal shuttles, art, and antiques from various cultures. For more information, visit any CSEC kiosk or link into CitadelNet at keywords CSEC Auctions Zakera.
Are you tired of paying the high cost of a decent extranet connection? Are you your access to certain sites, cap your downloads, or charge outrageous overuse fees? Public access terminals are free, but prone to lag and signal loss. But there is a solution. With Genentech's patented technology, you can enjoy the same reliable high-speed access enjoyed by executives across the galaxy. Just plug our black box device into the data port on any public terminal, and you're on your way to fast, reliable, and anonymous extranet access.
At Ion Liquidators, we are different. We don't use high-tech ads that use your name, job history, and marital status to tailor a message just for you. I am Keth Mack, owner of Ion Liquidators, and I have only one message. I offer goods and services for less than my competitors. How do I do it? Foreclosures, bankruptcies, store closeouts, insurance sales, inexpensive advertising. Come to Ion Liquidators for cheap goods. I find deals so you don't have to.
Your attention, please. Citadel Security reminds residents and visitors that heightened security precautions are in place for your safety. If approached by a CSEC officer, please be prepared to offer biometric and genetic data for identity confirmation. If you see a synthetic unaccompanied by an organic owner, report to the closest CSEC kiosk. Or link into CitadelNet, keyword CSEC Nightwatch. Remember, we are all responsible for public safety.
Shepard, we know times are tough. Station records show that you made only 0 credit.
What do you think, Michael? Maybe the immunobooster? It's supposed to help with alien bacteria.
We can get whatever you like for little Jake, Rebecca.
Wait, the immunobooster can delay muscle development in high-gravity environments. What if that hurts him?
Good day, citizen. Welcome to the Serta Foundation outlet on Zakera Ward.
I bet you don't make many sales. This ward isn't exactly the Presidium. Not a big market for expensive tech here.
The Foundation is not concerned with profits. A portion of our sales funds research to cure genetic diseases.
That's a noble goal. But maybe if you took off a few percentage points, sales would improve enough to offset the balance.
I cannot hold a sale without permission from the district manager.
How about for one special customer with a large credit account? Someone like Commander Shepard, hero of the Citadel?
Oh, you're Shepard. I didn't even think... Well, you must get injured frequently on your missions. I could give you my employee discount if it would encourage you to make a large purchase.
That would certainly encourage me.
Please, browse our catalog. Good day, citizen. Welcome to the Serta Foundation outlet on Zakera Ward.
Tell me about your store.
The Serta Foundation is a human organization known for its genetic therapy regimens and genetically engineered products. Serta is probably best known for the development of Metagel.
If everything's done by catalog, why are you here?
Customer service, returns, exchanges, and group rates. We also find that sales are better when there's someone to personally interact with. Though I'm not sure why a human company exclusively hires Asari to work their stores.
I'd like to buy something.
Purchases are made through our catalog interface. It's over there.
Thanks for your time.
Come back soon, Shepard.
Ah, my favorite customer. What can I get you?
I'd like to buy something.
Oh, it's all automated these days. There's a catalog interface over there.
If everything's automated, why are you here?
Customer service. Sweeping out the store, carefully explaining things to the technologically illiterate. It's stunning how many people think that light moves faster through expensive fiber optic cables than it does through cheap ones.
Thanks for your time.
I'll be here if you need anything.
This Clanless is a thief, and I want her arrested.
What? I was just walking by.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to take a statement here.
There's nothing to talk about. She stole my credit chit. Arrest her.
I did not! Just because I'm a Quarian.
I need you to stop and take a deep breath.
You're mocking me, Earth Clan. Just because the Vol Clan need...
It was a poor choice of words, sir. I apologize.
You say she stole your credit chit?
She must have. When I left the Certa Foundation store, she ran right into me.
Are you sure you didn't leave your chit at the Certa Foundation?
Of course not. You think I'd make a mistake like that? I didn't even buy anything there. That chit stayed in my pocket.
How does running India mean she stole your credit chit?
That's how pickpockets work. They bump into you and use that as a cover for rifling your pockets. You can't turn your back on these clanless Quarians. Thieves, all of them.
Do you know who's telling the truth?
My Omni tool can tell the Quarian doesn't have a chit on her, but she could have stashed it to recover later. You know what Quarians are like. And she's definitely a vagrant. I'll run her in and see what Bailey wants to do with her.
You say you're falsely accused?
I was walking to the used ship dealer when he barged into me outside the Certa Foundation. He didn't stop or say he was sorry. A minute later, he runs up with C-Sec and accuses me of stealing his damn chit.
You ran into each other outside the Certa Foundation. Is it possible the chit fell out of his pocket there?
I guess. Sure, all I know is I didn't take it.
I'll see if I can find out what happened.
Sir, this is a C-Sec matter. We'll do all we can to resolve this. We don't need civilian help. If you do happen to find the chit, please let one of our officers know.
Let's go.
Be careful out there.
I just got a refund and exchange, and I was told to pick up a new Omni Jail converter here.
I don't think you have the right place.
No, they said to go to the warehouse. This is the warehouse. Took me a long time to get this refund. It's a Cision Omnigel converter. He said there'd be one waiting for me.
Do you have a service order?
No, I got the refund, made the exchange, and then he said go to the warehouse.
The nerve enhancer.
Good day, citizen. Welcome to the Certa Foundation outlet on Zakera Ward.
A Volus was in here not too long ago. Did he drop a credit chit?
And not that I saw. He didn't purchase anything.
Thanks for your time.
Come back soon, Shepard.
Ah, my favorite customer. What can I get you?
A Volus was in here not too long ago. Did he drop a credit chit?
Oh, yes. He bought some environmental system drivers, then left without his chit. I didn't notice he'd left until he was already gone. If you see him, tell him I have it here behind the counter.
Thanks for your time.
I'll be here if you need anything.
I felt her.
Please move along.
You forgot your credit chit at Serrice Applications. The clerk is holding it for you.
Oh. Well. The Quarian could have stolen it.
I'll close this event report, but I'll be watching you. Get a permanent residence, or I'll run you in for vagrancy.
Are you two serious?
What?
You falsely accused this girl of stealing from you. All you have to say now is that she could have stolen it?
Now just a minute.
And you. She gets harassed and insulted by this guy, and you throw in a threat to arrest her for vagrancy?
How about if I run you in for obstruction of justice?
You think you're gonna run in a former Spectre? I think both of you should get out of here.
Son of a...
Thank you. I wish I could give you something more than words.
What the hell was that CSEC guy's problem? He had no evidence that you did anything wrong.
I don't know. Everyone's been like that since I got here.
Shepard! Welcome back to the ranks of the living. I wasn't sure you got my message.
What did you want to see me about?
I'll be honest. I was hoping to convince the other counselors to be here for this meeting. Unfortunately, they rarely listen to me. Sometimes I wonder if Udina would have been the better choice for this.
The ambassador knows how to play politics. Just tell him what you need and let him figure out how to push it through.
Unfortunately, that usually involves pissing off the rest of the council. They veto my suggestions and nothing changes. Truth is, I just don't have the knack for compromising my principles. A bad trait for a counselor.
Nobody said this was going to be easy, but I know you. You get things done.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. But I doubt Udina would echo it. He thinks I need to work on my people skills.
I'm still not clear on why you wanted me to come.
There's been a lot of talk since you came back. Some of what I hear has been, frankly, a little disturbing. I wanted to give you a chance to explain your actions. Maybe get the council to see things from your point of view. But they refuse to see you. You let the previous council die during Sovereign's attack on the Citadel. They feel you'll always put human interests before galactic concerns. Rumors that you're working with Serrice haven't helped. What are you doing out there?
What did you expect? You left me for dead. Turned your back on me, just like you've done to our missing colonists.
We thought you were dead. As soon as I heard different, I sent you that message. I know you, Shepard. I know you wouldn't work for Serrice without a good reason. Something more is going on here.
The Collectors are abducting our colonists in the Terminus systems. And I think they're working for the Reapers.
The Collectors? We hadn't considered that. There's so little data. They've always seemed like a fringe threat. If they're a front for the Reapers, this is big. But even that may not be enough to get the Council off its tail. The others have spent the past 2 years convincing themselves the Reapers don't exist. I tried to get the truth out, but they don't want to see it. It's just easier for them to accept Sovereign as a Geth warship.
Are they blind? What about Vigil, the Prothean VI on Ilos?
The VI in Ilos shut itself down. You're the only one who spoke to it, just like you and your crew were the only ones who spoke directly to Sovereign. Officially, the existence of the Reapers has been dismissed as a myth spread by Saren to convince the Geth to follow him. We both know the truth. But I've spent 2 years fighting that line, and I don't have much to show for it.
The original council was made up of a bunch of blind, stubborn morons. The new council looks just as bad.
It's up to you to stop the Reaper, Shepard. All I've got is a title if you want it. I can reinstate your Spectre status. I won't win any popularity contests, but they can't really object. Your title was never officially rescinded when you died. Besides, you're still a hero to humanity. And the Council knows the danger of discounting our opinion.
I'll take whatever asset I can get, old friend. Coming from you, it's as good as the first time.
Not quite the same level of ceremony. And more symbolic than useful, but it still has weight in some quarters. The rest is up to you. I'll keep the Council and the Alliance off your back. Shouldn't be too hard if you're operating out in the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard, what are you doing here?
I got a long list of people I didn't want to see, and your name is right at the top.
The feeling is mutual, believe me. Your return is a bureaucratic nightmare for us. I hope you didn't do anything foolish, Counselor, like try to arrange a meeting with the Council. There could be serious political ramifications.
I don't answer to you, Udina. Why don't you go to your office and think about that for a while?
Of course, Counselor. Good day to both of you.
Sorry about that. Udina's never gotten over the fact that I got the Council position instead of him. Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
What do you keep him around for?
He's got his uses. And if you want something done on the Citadel, he knows who can make it happen. Plus, he's always happy to attend all those formal diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
What happened to Gunnery Chief Williams after the Normandy was destroyed?
Operations Chief Williams is still with the Alliance, but she's working on a special mission. It's classified. I can't say any more. Not while you're working with Serrice, I'm sorry.
Last I knew, we were still fighting holdouts.
Here and there. But they are increasingly disorganized. It's long since stopped being called a war. More like cleanup. Not that you can ever discount them. But we haven't had serious casualties for months. A civilian ship will spot an enclave and we send in a squad to clear it. They're not quite the boogeymen they used to be.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at. Pieces of it rained all over the station. It was chaos, with who knows how many species combing the wards for their dead. We secured as much of it as we could. But between the Keepers and a whole lot of unauthorized salvage, there's no way to account for even half of that thing. Another reason why they don't want to acknowledge what Sovereign was.
How long did it take to get this place back up to speed after the battle?
Still counting. The main areas of commerce and the most populated wards are complete. But estimates for total restoration are sitting around 5 years. The Keepers always surprise us, though. It's like our repairs are annoying. We'll put up an ugly new bulkhead, and in a few days, they've made it seamless. We never really thought of them as heavy lifters, and I have no idea where they get the resources. But we'd never get done without them.
How have the last couple of years treated you?
Serving on the Council isn't how I planned to spend my twilight years. Sometimes it feels like I'm just beating my head against a wall. Knowing the truth about Sovereign is brutal. It's nightmare stuff. I can't blame others for not wanting to believe it, but I know how important it is. So I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
Forget Udina and the Council. Join my crew and help me stop the Collectors.
I'm too old to go racing across the galaxy. Much as I complain, I've got an important job to do here. The front line. That's got to be yours.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Serrice.
The wreckage of the freighter Tur-Alan was found on an uncolonized planet in the Dranik system. Salvage teams reported no survivors.
You ever had ramen? It's a delicacy back on Earth. What can I get you?
Tensions between non-biotic and biotic humans are growing. A new poll shows that 40% of non-biotic humans support mandatory registration of all humans with biotic ability. Biotic extremists are growing in number as well.
I wonder what a Presidium fish would taste like.
I'm telling you, there are no fish up there.
has announced that it will not limit its dreadnought production to previous totals, citing an increased need for security in the wake of the deaths of previous council members. The Turian military intends to increase defense budget.
Human?
I understand you sell hunting supplies. I'm interested.
Why would human scavengers need guns? They only strike when their prey is weak. Like that time the Citadel was attacked by Geth and you killed the Council.
As I recall, you had a fleet here to protect the Council. Sovereign blew right through them. Too bad your admirals didn't ask us for help sooner. At least you've got us here to protect you now.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you're gonna help me by selling these weapons at cost. Because you know humans are the best defense this place has right now.
Fine. You've got it. Now buy something and get out.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Go to hell.
So what do you think? Maybe a shotgun?
I like the assault rifle. It's like a non-stop barrage of...
Have you tried Galaxy of Fantasy yet? I love that game. It's based on Turian mythology, but it's really fun. I hear it has 11 billion players now. Do you have any games you'd like to trade in? You get 2 credits toward a new game. You know what's good? Alliance Corsair. The battles are pretty realistic.
Shepard, you've recently been dead. Don't you deserve the quality and distinction of a traditional Asari burial robe? Anata's Mortuary offers the finest quality burial robes, hand-spun by skilled Asari artisans. Anata's will help you leave a good-looking corpse. In everyone's life, there is a moment when things crystallize. You can see all the roads that have led you to that point, and all the paths that lie ahead. For you, Shepard, that moment may be when you first sit in the pilot seat of the Arlos 2185 model Tenacont. For 500 years, designer Saleha Kelpion has refined this luxury sport shuttle. Each is a unique masterpiece, hand-assembled by skilled craftsmen. Visit our showroom in the Presidium today, and perhaps you'll see that the path ahead of you will be traveled in a Tenacont. Mr. Shepard, a man as ruggedly handsome as you deserves the finest in biotic technology. The next time you're out on the town, the new Sophist biotic amplifier from the Serrice Council is the perfect accessory. Power, precision, elegance. It's not just an amplifier, it's an expression of your masculinity, Sophist.
Konstantin Solikovsky once said, Earth is the cradle of humanity, but one cannot...
For 10 credits, we offer data protection for any game we sell.
Shepard, could I have a moment of your time? I was just thinking what a pity it is that you can't enjoy the advantage of a true 360-degree hollow projection display. If you were watching this on the new Modify Avatar wide-field surround vid projector, you could see that there's a naked Asari behind me. Modify, because real life is surround vid. Shepard, you've recently been dead. Don't you deserve the...
Those Asari Hanar porn games they sell in Shinakiba are really nasty.
In everyone's life, there is a Mr. Shepard, a man is...
I wish they still made role-playing games like they used to. These days, it's all big choices and visceral combat. I miss those old games, where you had to remember to drink water, and it took 5 hours real time to fly somewhere.
Konstantin Solikovsky once said, Earth is the cradle of humanity, but one cannot remain in the cradle forever. Shepard, in these troubled economic times, the one thing you can be sure of is that humanity will continue to move into space. Don't be left in the dust. Embrace the stars by investing in an off-world colony. Venture capital is being raised for third-stage colonization of Exogeny Corp's Pharaoh's colony. This is the first opportunity for public investment in this ancient world, where humans live in Prothean structures 50 millennia old. Contact your broker for details.
Been years since I've been to the Citadel.
Never changes, does it? No matter how long you're gone. Comforting to some people, I guess. Living in denial that all this could end.
The people want to hear your story, Shepard. Got time for the press, Shep? Khaleesa been seen in Al Jelani, Westerland News. I interviewed you 2 years ago when you first became a Spectre. You presented your case very well on camera. Do you have a minute?
Sorry, don't remember, don't care.
But the people remember you, Shepard. Your back, your news. I just want to give your story its due. Sources claim you were at the heart of the Presidium during the Battle of the Citadel. It's fair to say the course of the battle hinged on your words. If true, you told Admiral Hackett to abandon the Destiny Ascension.
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions. I wish I'd done that the first time we met.
You son of a bitch! I'll make sure everyone in the Alliance sees that. Check vid. Did we get it? Nice.
Welcome. The Zakera Ward Promenade offers upscale shopping and entertainment options for the discerning visitor.
What entertainment options are available?
The Dark Star is a small but popular night spot offering intoxicants, gambling, and exotic dancing.
What stores are in this area?
Rodham Expeditions sells high-grade weapons as well as adventure travel packages to the galaxy's most dangerous destinations.
That's all for now.
Thank you for using Avena. Have a pleasant day.
Hear about anything interesting going on around here?
Serve drinks. You want to know what's going on? Check the news. I don't know why humans always ask me that.
I want the strongest thing you have.
Easy enough.
This is green.
Guaranteed to knock you on your ass. Unless you're Dextro DNA like me. If you are, it'll kill you. Anything else?
I'm done for now.
Let me know if you change your mind.
Looking for a little R&R, Shepard? It's a nice enough place. A lot nicer than Cora's den, anyway. I wasn't sorry to hear they never reopened after the Geth attack.
Let's have another one.
Here you are. Anything else?
Not done yet.
I'm impressed. I've never seen anyone drink 3 of these. Anything else?
I'm done for now.
All right.
I want the strongest thing you have.
Easy enough. Guaranteed to knock you on your
Not done yet.
I'm impressed.
Hit me again.
mix it up. This is genuine Batarian ale, uncut. Ask how I got it. I've been serving here 8 years. I've never seen anyone have this and stay on their feet. Anything else?
I'm done for now.
Sure thing. What'll it be?
I want the strongest thing you have.
Easy enough.
This is...
Guaranteed.
not done yet.
How about we make it? I've been serving here 8 years.
Do it.
Okay, for you, something special. This is Krogan liquor, Rincon. You'll set off radiological alarms after you drink it. Can I pour you a quant?
Oh yeah. Put more of the stuff in the thing where stuff goes in.
Your funeral, pal.
Strongest thing you have.
Easy. Let me know if you change your mind.
Serta Foundation is likely to close by the end of this fiscal year. The Foundation never recovered from a deadly attack by biotic extremists on one of its medical centers 2 years ago.
Commander Shepard, enter the password. Got problems with Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
You know who I am, Kasumi. I'm not here to play games.
I heard you were hardcore, Shep, but I figured you'd be up for some intrigue. Kasumi Goto at your service. But you apparently already knew that.
What brought you to Serrice?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out why. Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
I assume this deal is something I should know about?
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
Tell me about this former partner of yours.
His name was Keiji Okuda, the best hacker and entryman I've ever known. Unfortunately, he slipped up and made himself infamous. He stole something he shouldn't. He warned me it was bad, something that could spark interstellar war if it got out. That information got him killed.
What could he have found that's so bad?
He wouldn't say what it was, just that it was dangerous. He said if it got out, humanity would be in trouble. He encrypted it, wrapped it up in his own memories. To decode the information, you have to sift through all the time we spent together. Now those memories are all that's left of him.
If the information's deadly, we have to keep it out of the wrong hands.
Donovan Hawk is the last man I'd want holding this information.
What do you know about Donovan Hawk?
Mr. Hawk is a well-respected businessman. Arms dealer, murderer, generally not a great guy. His mansion's famous for being hard to crack, but I have a way in, and I think you're gonna love it.
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people sneaking into his house.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
I assume a gray box is some kind of hardware?
It's a neural implant. Illegal in most places. Stores memories, thoughts, secret codes, illicit information. This one in particular belonged to my partner, Keiji Okuda. We worked together for a long time, before Hawk killed him.
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes. I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
Tell me about this former partner of yours.
His name was Keiji Okuda. He stole some bad information. Got him killed.
What could he have found that's so
He wouldn't
bad?
say what it... He encrypted it. Now those memories are all that's left of him.
If the information's
Donovan
dead,
Hawk is the last man
we'll
I
see
know.
what we can do. No guarantees.
Sure. But I bet you're dying to see what it's like to come along on a heist with me. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an Everest-class dreadnought accelerates 1 to 1.3% of light speed. It impacts with the force of a 38-kiloton bomb. That is 3 times the yield of the city buster dropped on Hiroshima back on Earth. That means Sir Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a bitch in space. Now, Serviceman Burnside, what is Newton's first law?
Sir, an object in motion stays in motion, sir.
No credit for partial answers, maggot!
Sir, unless acted on by an outside force, sir.
Damn straight! I dare to assume you ignorant jackasses know that space is empty. Once you fire this hunk of metal, it keeps going till it hits something. That can be a ship, or the planet behind that ship. It might go off into deep space and hit somebody else in 10,000 years. If you pull the trigger on this, you are ruining someone's day, somewhere and sometime. That is why you check your damn targets. That is why you wait for the computer to give you a damn firing solution. That is why, Serviceman Chung, we do not eyeball it. This is a weapon of mass destruction. You are not a cowboy shooting from the hip. Sir, yes, sir. This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight. Every 5 seconds, the main...
Yes?
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
Do you think we could get into the Presidium if we went along the outer hall? Pressure suits.
Do you have an account with us? If you open one, we have a special this month. You can download a game free.
I still say we should join the Blue Suns. They'd probably pay for our equipment.
They probably only hire you if you look like you can fight, so we need something to start with.
Right.
Where's that gift shop?
In the market downstairs from the bar. Leia sells aquariums. Fish are the largest pets most station residents can get a permit for.
When I pour a glass of water, it's the same stuff that tourists throw garbage in?
No, they purify it first. If some Solarian or human bacteria gets left in, and a Turian or Quarian drinks it, they could die. Everything would be so much simpler if we all had the same DNA. But no, the universe loves diversity.
Thanks for your time.
No problem. If you get up to the Presidium, check out the Demaio flowers across from the conduit. You're coming in very nicely.
The worst thing about extranet games is when some Batarian comes on and insists on speaking his own language without auto-translation.
What do you want?
Why are you so interested in fish from the Presidium?
It's so decadent. Eating a fish from the Presidium would be like screwing Shaira.
Ugh, Asari is so squishy. Where are you supposed to get a decent grip?
I overheard you talking about the fish on the Presidium.
What, you mean there actually are some?
Sure, I just got one. I have it with me now.
I'll pay you for it.
What, you don't think I'm hungry? I went all the way up to the Presidium for this. Why should I give it to a random Krogan?
I'll pay you a lot for it.
Oh, alright. It's obvious you really want it. Here you go.
Weren't you saving that money for a new gun?
Who cares? They wouldn't let me use it here anyway. Thank you, human. Many Krogan must have dreamed of this day, but I get to be the first.
It's just a damn fish. Guns are better than fish.
Welcome back. Of course. Take your time.
Kasumi is an interesting addition to the crew. I can see why she's good at her work. She never reveals anything meaningful about herself. It's all on the surface. It'll be a challenge getting to know who she really is. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything. Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship. Shepard, the men's restroom is on the port side of the ship. The Red Rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met Keiji that I realized how silly it was. He had a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental. I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium. Artifacts from Earth going on tour. Very high security. Keiji dared me to steal this. So I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last. That's my favorite piece, painted for me by a child prodigy from Elysium. She was the cutest thing. She was kidnapped by slavers who hoped to sell her on Omega. I wasn't about to let that happen. I set up an idea as a buyer's rep to get a special tour of the slaver's vessel. Once aboard, I freed the girl and smuggled her off the ship. She painted that for me on the way home. I'll never forget how it felt to watch her work. Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. Keiji used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal. I usually travel hidden away in cargo bays. It's nice to be able to look out a window for a change. Mess Sergeant Gardner might just be an evil genius. Emphasis on the evil. People think he's a bad cook on purpose, like he's trying to teach them a lesson. I think his ramen is okay, but it's really hard to ruin ramen. I'm not really sure what to do with myself. Not much call for thievery aboard a ship. Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Did you hear? Another colony went missing. Ferris Fields.
Ferris Fields? Didn't Hadley have a brother stationed there?
Yeah, he's taking it pretty hard.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite. Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
How may I help you, Commander?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Serrice ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here? Right now. You and me.
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same enthusiasm.
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Jeff. Joko will always have Vrolik syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly it's true.
To the ornery bastard who flies this ship.
The best fighter jockey to ever take to the skies.
Another colony's gone missing.
Ferris Fields, I heard. That's not far from New Canton. Did your family get back to Earth?
Not yet. My mother-in-law's given us grief. Operative Lawson assures me the transport team will physically drag them away if need be.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to
I
talk?
always have time for you, Commander.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.